You want to know how I learned the hard way that silence isn't always safety? Let me just set the scene. First day at Jefferson High. Sun already too bright for my taste, and the minute I stepped out of my mom's old Honda, the engine coughed like it was about to quit for good. I swear it was like the car itself was warning me. And I'm standing there, backpack hanging off one shoulder, just trying to blend in, hoping maybe if I moved slow enough nobody would notice the new kid, the usual. But this is Millbrook, not some TV show, and trust me, folks here can smell outsider from a mile away. You'll be fine, baby, my mom said out the window, that voice she always uses when she's hoping for the best, like saying it enough times will make it true. She means well, but we've done this rodeo before. Detroit, Phoenix, Dallas, all just pit stops on her nerve circuit. Every time, new faces, new rules, and always the same speech. Keep your head down, focus, get out. Sounds simple, right? Except there's nothing simple about being the only black kid in a sea of faces that all seem to have known each other since pre-K. I stepped through those school doors, and if you've ever walked into a room where everyone stops talking just long enough to size you up, you'll get it. The east side of Millbrook is all lawns and SUVs and college sweatshirts. Yale, Harvard, you know the drill. But over on the west side, where my mom and I rent a tiny apartment with bars on the windows, dreams don't exactly get to grow. They wilt in the heat, just like the grass that never quite comes back. So yeah, I'm a new kid again. And honestly, I'm used to it, but even I wasn't ready for the way Jefferson High worked. The first thing I figured out was there's a pecking order, and the throne belongs to Tyler Morrison. Blonde hair, quarterback smile, and a way of standing like the place was built for him. His buddies, Jake and Brad, are always hovering, cracking jokes just loud enough that you're not sure if you're the punchline. They never come right at you, nah. That would be too easy. They do this thing where you start to wonder if you're just being paranoid. Spoiler, you're not. First period went okay. Mrs. Henderson, my English teacher, tried to make me feel welcome. But you can always tell when people are curious for the wrong reasons. The questions, the stares, the quiet when you walk by. I found my corner in the back, like always. Out of sight, out of mind. Except Tyler and his crew spotted me anyway, like predators marking territory. And here's where things get real. Tyler comes up all friendly. Where you from, Marcus? Acting like he's just making conversation, but he's got that glint, you know the one. I keep it polite. Dallas, I tell him. And just like that, the temperature drops. Hope you're not expecting the same diversity. No threats, just implication. That's how it works. It's all about letting you know, real subtle, that you're on thin ice. You either play by their rules or you're on your own. It started small. A shoulder bump here, a snicker there, my books hitting the ground by accident. Every time I thought about saying something, I remembered how these stories always sound to adults innocent, even friendly. My mom picked me up after school, asked how it went, and I lied. What was the point? She's finally got a decent job. We can't move again, and besides, if I learned anything from all these moves, it's that surviving means keeping your head down. Or so I thought. Second day, same playbook, but Jake Tyler's muscle up the ante. He made a whole production in front of everyone, acting like he's giving me advice. It takes time for people to trust someone different. Different. There it is again. He grinned, real wide, like he knew I couldn't call him out on it. That's the thing that you read careful, always just on the safe side of not technically racist. By week 2, it was a routine. Locker jammed, forced to carry every book. Lab partner suddenly remembers they're already paired up. So guess who's doing all the work alone? In the cafeteria, tables filled up like clockwork as I walked past. I started eating in the library just to get away, and even there, Tyler found mess sat down, all fake friendly, trying to dig up dirt on me, acting curious about why I don't post on social media, what I'm hiding. It was a test. Every conversation was a test. But that's not the twist, not really. The real twist was Coach Williams' wrestling coach, ex-Marine, and it turned out an old buddy of my dad's from Iraq. I didn't know it then, but the way he watched me was different. Like he was seeing through the armor I wore every day. Hold on to that thought, it comes back around. Friday, 3 weeks in, Tyler decides it's time to make his move. Whole cafeteria watching, he starts telling everyone which tables belong to which types of students. Real loud, real proud, like he's just explaining how the world works. Then he hits me with it. Maybe you'd be more comfortable somewhere that fits your background. I could feel 300 eyes on me waiting to see if I backed down. That was the moment I stopped caring about blending in. I called him out. Right there, in front of everyone, I made him say it. Not just the coded stuff made him say what he really meant. What is it about my background that bothers you? He couldn't hide anymore. The mask slipped, and all that hate came spilling out. But here's the kicker: someone filmed it. Someone's actually. Phones everywhere, catching every word. Tyler got desperate, pushed me. For a second, I wanted to swing back, really wanted to, but I remembered what my dad taught me. Never throw the first punch. But when Tyler sucker punched me from behind, that was it. I turned around, and the look on his face, man, he finally realized he was dealing with somebody he couldn't intimidate. The fight didn't last long. He swung wild. I moved around him like water, and suddenly he was on the ground, gasping, humiliated. That's when the room flipped. All those kids who'd laughed at me, now they're staring at Tyler. And for the first time, he looks small, vulnerable. And Coach Williams? He steps in, tells everyone who my father was, tells them what it means to show restraint. Says I'm the kind of man my dad hoped I'd become. You'd think that would be the end, right? But here's the twist, Tyler. After the videos went viral and he lost everything college offers, respect, his dad's approval came to me. Didn't beg, didn't blame, just said he wanted to learn how not to be that guy anymore. And you know what? I believed him. Not right away, but over time. Redemption, I guess, isn't just for heroes. 3 months later, the school's different. Wrestling team is packed, the old cliques are broken up, and kids who used to eat alone are showing up to practice just to be part of something. Tyler joins the team, too. Not because he's good at it, but because he wants to prove he can change. The Thompson Code. They call it protect those who can't protect themselves. Never use your strength to hurt. Always try peace first. Coach Williams tells everyone the real test of strength is restraint. And somehow, that message sticks. The cafeteria isn't ruled by fear anymore. People talk. They listen. Even Mrs. Patterson, the librarian, says it's like the whole place woke up. Don't get me wrong, there are still fights, still ugly days. But there's hope, too. Real hope. Sometimes the quietest kid in a room is the one who changes everything just by refusing to be silent when it matters most. So yeah, if you're listening to this, maybe ask yourself, are you watching from the sidelines, or are you the one who's going to stand up when it counts? Because it doesn't take much, just a little courage and the guts to say enough. You never know whose world you'll change, starting with your own.